the visitor who does not obey the rules.
In the deep silence of the cosmos, a traveler approaches. It doesn't glow like a comet. It doesn't spin like an asteroid. It defies every rule of motion and matter. Astronomers call it 3I Atlas, the third confirmed interstellar visitor. But what makes it extraordinary is not its speed, its shape, or its distance. It's the secret surrounding it. The European Space Agency claims to possess over 400 classified images of this object, collected between 2025 and 2026. Images they will not release until April 3rd, 2026. Some scientists believe it's a fragile cosmic snowball. Others suspect it might be something hollow and designed. What if 3I Atlas is not a natural object? What if it's a vessel traveling between the stars? And tonight, we open the vault. This is the Mystery Vault. July 2025. The Pan-STARRS Observatory in Hawaii detects a faint reflection, moving faster than any asteroid ever recorded, 26 kilometers per second. At first, scientists think it's another comet, but its brightness is inconsistent. Its orbit doesn't match any gravitational model. The calculations show a hyperbolic trajectory, meaning it came from outside our solar system and will never return. Its speed and path make capture impossible. The initial analysis is published under the name 3I Atlas, 3 for the third interstellar visitor, I for interstellar. But as telescopes worldwide point toward it, confusion begins to grow. 3I Atlas is dim, unpredictable, and almost weightless. Its surface doesn't behave like rock or ice, it behaves like something artificial. When scientists tried to calculate its mass and density, the numbers didn't make sense. If Atlas was solid, it would have collapsed under its own rotation. If it were gas or dust, it would have dispersed in days. Its density is lower than any known comet. So low that a human could jump off its surface and never return. The data show a gravitational escape velocity of barely 10 meters per second. That's weaker than some space station simulations. The surface shows no jets of gas, no sublimation, no thermal reaction to sunlight. It's as if the object was shielded, or perhaps empty inside. Dr. Avi Loeb from the Harvard-Smithsonian Center for Astrophysics declared publicly, "If these values are accurate, the explanation is not geological, it's technological." The scientific community dismissed him, but the data wouldn't disappear. As public telescopes struggled to capture details, the European Space Agency initiated Operation TRACE, a silent observation campaign using Mars-based orbiters. Between August 2025 and January 2026, the satellites Mars Express and ExoMars Trace Gas Orbiter collected more than 400 images and spectroscopic readings of 3I Atlas. None of them were made public. What they captured, according to leaks, defied expectations. The object's surface showed thermal irregularities. Some regions remained freezing cold even when exposed to sunlight. Others emitted faint infrared radiation, suggesting internal heat sources or resonance cavities. That could only happen if the interior were hollow, or if something inside were producing controlled energy. The SA promised to release the files in 2026, but if the data were harmless, why wait? Two schools of thought emerged among astrophysicists. The first, the porous ice theory, giving the illusion of hollowness. The second, the hollow structure hypothesis. That Atlas is not a random rock, but an artificial shell, perhaps a remnant of something ancient. A cosmic capsule, drifting for millennia, its purpose long forgotten. Supporters of the second theory point to its orbital precision, perfectly stable, unaffected by solar winds or radiation pressure. No natural comet behaves that way. The debate turned political. Several conferences refused to allow presentations that mentioned non-natural explanations. The data became classified, but curiosity can't be contained. In late 2025, anonymous users on internal science forums posted what they claimed were fragments of the ESA's archive. One image showed an elongated shape, smooth on one side, fractured on the other, like a broken hull. Another showed a faint metallic reflection at 12.6 microns. If real, that reflection could only come from engineered material, not ice, not dust. Within hours, the files were taken down. IP addresses traced to internal European networks were deleted, but by then, screenshots had spread across the web. Journalists asked the ESA for comment. They declined, citing national data policies. The mystery deepened. Scientists couldn't help but draw parallels. In 2017, the object Oumuamua entered our solar system, showing unexplained acceleration, low density, and no visible tail. Now 3i Atlas repeats the same pattern, but with more accuracy and more control. Avi Loeb's team suggested both could belong to the same technological lineage, remnants of probes or sails from a long-extinct civilization. The theory sounds impossible, but the repetition of anomalies makes it harder to ignore. 2 objects, 2 mysteries, 2 chances to admit that the universe might be more populated than we think. The European Space Agency has confirmed. On April 3, 2026, all data from the Mars orbiters will be released. 400 images, 12 terabytes of spectral data. Experts predict a public frenzy. If the density readings remain below expected levels, the hollow structure theory will dominate headlines. If they correct upward, 3i Atlas may be declared a new class of comet, lighter, colder, stranger than anything we've known. But no matter the outcome, the event will change our understanding of interstellar matter forever. Until then, scientists and the public can only wait. The question remains, what if it's not a comet at all? When we look at the night sky, we think of silence. But space is full of whispers, signals, fragments, and forgotten travelers. 3i Atlas could be a rock, or it could be a message. A silent witness to civilizations that rose and vanished before we were born. In the end, the question is not whether we're alone. The question is, what happens when something decides to visit? April 3rd, 2026. The day the vault opens. Until then, we wait.
Subscribe to the Mystery Vault and keep uncovering the truths the world was never meant to see.